What is the dumbest thing you have pretended to be interested in because you wanted to date someone? Story 1. Going antiquing. Now we're married, and we go every weekend. Help. Reply. Ah yes. Is your home also filled to the brim with things that we will resell someday? I think I have about 10 antique tables in my basement. Story 2. Law. She was telling me about working for her dad's law firm during college and she was going to sign up for a Princeton Review LSAT course. I had good grades, a double major that had no career options other than professor in both, so I signed up for the LSAT class to study with her. Ended up getting a full ride to a school that rejected her and she broke up with me. This upcoming Monday I'm scheduled for maybe my 150th jury trial. If I had to guess how many I've done over 15 years. Reply. This is reverse legally blonde. Reply 2. Illegally brunette? Story 3. Started playing guitar to impress a girl. Got into guitar and kind of lost interest in the girl. Reply. Relatable, the only people I ever impressed or wooed playing guitar are other dudes that play guitar. No regrets. Reply 2. Yep lol, same with bodybuilding. You get into it thinking you'll score chicks, but the dudes are way more impressed lol. Story 4. I joined theater at a community college and started dating another actress in the class. I vaguely like musical theater, but I'm not crazy about it. She was though. She convinced me that I love musical theater and I should transfer to a 4-year university and pursue that as a degree. I applied for the musical theater program at a 4-year university, I got accepted, and she and I wound up breaking up after a month at the new school. I didn't want to deal with changing degree plans. I now have a bachelor's of fine arts in musical theater and I don't even like musicals that much. I just tell people I have a degree in theater. Reply. Have you thought about making a musical about it? Story 5. Excel. Dude kept talking about how good he is at it. Wedding is in January. Story 6. Does it count as dumb if I wound up enjoying it? Learned to play Magic the Gathering in middle school because I had a huge crush on one of the guys who played at lunch every day. We hung out a couple times, then he refused to talk to me after the first time I beat him. But I kept playing, still do, and at my late 20s it turned out to be one of the first things my husband and I connected over. Reply. You know the kid wasn't the right one when he couldn't be humble in defeat. Story 7. Fashion. She studied fashion design and I thought that lying about liking fashion would help and it didn't. Reply. Just a heads up, a better way to pique their interest would be to start asking questions about it. People absolutely love talking about their hobbies, so you could do that while also showing an interest at the same time. Story 8. Was dating a runner who is really into distance running. I've never ever felt compelled to run, but talking about it with him all the time convinced me to try it. I'm running my first half marathon in less than 2 months. Reply. Did you get the guy though? OP reply. Majorly messy. He moved across the world. I visited him. He's now seeing someone else but will be back in my city in the future. I'm pretty cut up about the whole thing, but I guess we'll see what the future holds. Story 9. I said I could ride a horse, which I clearly couldn't. She booked a beach ride and after the initial slow walk to the beach she took off on her horse and mine decided that it would be cool to follow them at full speed. I remember praying to any god that would listen to help stop this creature, white-knuckled it until the end. Reply. Dude, I grew up on a cattle farm and we had horses but it never really was my thing so I had barely any riding experience. Was into this crazy horse girl who just assumed I could ride well, so one day I show up to hang out and everyone is tacking up to go for a ride. Whatever, away we go. Horse is kind of acting up but seems to settle down, so I think all is well. Get handed a beer and like 30 seconds later horse tries to explode under me. I almost had to drop my beer, was not impressed with life. Anyways, we finish the ride and she says, I'm actually really impressed. Usually that horse only lets women ride him and will buck off any man who tries. Like WTF? Never saw me ride before or have any idea of my skills in the area and throw me on an animal that's known to buck. Have put quite a few more hours on horses since, not because of crazy horse girl, and can honestly say I still suck at riding horses, but I am very good at not being thrown off. OP reply. I hear you, my reptile brain took over and I remember steering the horse towards the shore, so if I need to bail off I can at least dump into some water. My quads and butt were on fire trying to hold on. If I had a horse that bucked, it would be tickets for me. Non-life-threatening dates are more my thing now. Story 10. Negronis. I hate those bitter, disgusting drinks. But I'm half Italian and I was trying to impress a bartender, so I offered to take her out to a local bar that had a Negroni night. Anyway, I came clean almost immediately as we arrived and we've been happily dating for over a year and a half now. Story 11. I once went along with a girl who was Wiccan and truly believed her pet rock was her familiar and she would talk to it. Edit. Guys, I was like 12, I learned a lot in those early days. Reply. So a chuny, basically. Story 12. Heroin. That led to an insanely dysfunctional relationship and a 2-year addiction before I pulled myself out of the spiral. This was before Fent, so I likely wouldn't have survived if that was around. Story 13. I converted to Latvian Orthodoxy when my girlfriend's parents said that she couldn't date anyone outside the faith. Reply. Yes, Fada. Story 14. Mormonism. She ended up rejecting me and dating some other dude that she married after only a few months. Last I heard she was popping out kids like a Pez dispenser. Reply. By tilting back her head and birthing them from her mouth? Those Mormons are strange. Story 15. Many years ago, school choir. I can't sing. My parents were bewildered at having to attend a recital to watch me lip sync. Reply. Did you want to date your parents, or did your parents just get dragged to the recital as part of your attempt to impress someone else? Story 16. I used to have this habit of lying about my ancestry when I was drunk. Really, a lot of the times, I was just fucked up and confused. My mom is adopted and all she really knows about her lineage is that she is Central or Eastern European. She got one of those DNA tests done that tell you where your family is from, and she told me the results, but over time I've kind of forgotten them. So I'm sitting in a bar, a guy approaches, he sits beside me and he looks sad. I was a couple drinks deep, so I began to talk to him about why he was sad, how I could help, etc. I told him that I love to travel when I'm feeling stuck in life, and I asked him where he would travel to if he could go anywhere. He said he wanted to go to Russia. How cool. I'm actually Russian. Face with rolling eyes. No way, really? What are the odds? I know, crazy, right? He was quite drunk by this time as well. We started talking about buying plane tickets to Russia together, changing our identities, etc. We actually tried to buy tickets, but found out quickly we needed visas and we were too drunk for that shit. I found him really charming, I liked talking to him. I took his number down even though I was going on a 2-week trip to another state the next day. Got back from my trip, got back to work for a couple weeks, but he was still on my mind, so I invited him to hang out. Long story short, we're married now. For what it's worth, he does now know that I'm not Russian. Story 17. Napoleon Dynamite. The girls in my high school loved that movie when it came out. I was the first person in my school to wear a Vote for Pedro shirt and I got head twice just for wearing it. Hey, stop. Subscribe for more. You're cool. Yo.